Welcome back to the channel, and today we have the Netflix Stranger Things LED gaming headphones with rotating microphone. Okay, get out of here. So it rotates. We're going to definitely test that out in real time. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and unbox this and see if it's worth the asking price. So one of the things that I've noticed with these type of LED headsets is that Five Below sells a lot of things, sometimes gems, sometimes duds. Unfortunately, I do not know how these sound because we're going to open these together in real time. They do cost $10. The tag is still on it. Nope, I took the tag off. But if you go to Five Below, there's different versions of these in different colors, different pictures. It's based on, I guess, the monsters or the characters in the TV show. So if you find one that you like, by all means, purchase it. But again, I would suggest getting it sooner than later because they're not going to last that long. It is a Stranger Things thing. Now, I know some guys are collectors. And for you collectors out there, I don't know what this would normally cost or if this would fetch a higher price later on down the line in life. But like I said before, it's really up to you. But with that being said, here is the headset right here. We go ahead and take that out. I like that. This is actually perfect if I needed another one of these. So this actually comes with the 3.5 headphone jack. Now, for those that don't know what this is, this jack should have the pictures on it. Yep. Headphone symbol right here. This one is the microphone symbol. So for you that don't know what this is, let's say you're using a PC. PCs have, or PC computers, desktops, not laptops, have the cords where it has the audio jack that allows you to just listen through it, and the recording jack. I want to call it recording jack to make it easier for people that may not understand what the original name is. And this allows you to be able to use a voice with any headset. So any headset that has a microphone or boom microphone, you'll be able to use it hooked up to a PC. Remember, most headsets nowadays are either wireless or it has some type of USB dongle, which doesn't really hook up the phones unless you have some type of adapter. And even then, it looks kind of ridiculous when it hooks up the phones. So with that being said, this will make your life easier. Hold on to these. Now, as for the headset itself, here we are. So this is the Stranger Things headset. I believe this lights up, as a matter of fact. We're going to check that in a moment. Yes, it does. Like right here, you have your micro USB. I'm sorry, micro USB, USB-A. And then right here, you have your bad boy, what do you call it? 3.5 headphone jack. So you have the option to use this plugged up and it should work just fine, which you're going to test it. Versus if you plug this up to a PC, the actual outside of this lights up. Unfortunately, I do not have you know what? I'm going to plug this up somewhere else to show you how it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and cut away, show you that part. And then we'll talk a little bit more about this headset, the fit and feel and things like that. So right here, I'm going to show you real fast for video purposes. As soon as the headset is plugged in, this is how it looks, the LED lights. Now, there doesn't seem to be any physical buttons on this particular headset, so you won't be able to actually change the sequence or turn it off for that matter. But that's if you plug in the USB-A. You don't have to do that. You can just use it as is with the 3.5 headphone jack, which we are going to test that out right now so we can do a little sound, audio, and a music test to see if these actually sound good or not. Now that we got that little section out of the way, feel. Now the cushions do feel pretty soft. I'll give it that. I have come across more spongy cushions that actually conform to the air in this price range because it says $10, but it doesn't feel bad. A lot of times when you go to Five Below or certain places you buy cheap headphones, Ross, Burlington, they tend to have headphones where you wouldn't even give your worst enemy. But these do feel pretty comfortable, at least initially, which I'll let you know how it feels when it's actually on my head in a moment. On top of that, this little felt, or whatever you call this material right here, pleather leather, it is a little cushiony, but you could definitely tell with use and over time, it'll probably just go flat. Not completely flat, but certain areas will probably lump up over time. But again, it's a headset and wear and tear is natural for most headsets. You're paying $10 for a product, so what do you honestly expect? On top of that, just sliding this up and down is very easy. I like that. Now, what I will say about that is probably because the Stranger Things name is on it is why they put a little bit more attention to the actual film design of the headset. Also, you have the boom mic. So when it says it's slidable and all that, nah, it's just a basic, whoops. I have an OtterBox case, so my phone is a little heavy. Let me put that correctly. There we go. So the boom mic just moves back and forth. Now, it doesn't say anything about lifting the mic up. There's no instructions. So there's nothing that says you lift the mic up if the boom mic will go on mute or not. But I highly doubt it would. Worst case scenario, you just plug the headset. So with that being said, pretty simplistic design. I'm more interested in how it actually sounds with recordings, which we're going to do that in a moment. Actually, no, let's hop into that now. We're going to do the recordings. And just so you guys know, there will be timestamps, of course, and I will show you guys how it looks. So don't worry. I know some people want to see that part. All right, so firstly here, this is how the headset is actually going to sound if you decide to use it for recording purposes. I know they're called LED gaming headphones, so the entire premise of this headset is to actually be used with a PC. Now, for you guys that don't care about the lighting aspect, like I said, you don't have to plug it up. It's not like it's battery operated anyway, so it's just plug and play. You don't have to worry about replacing batteries. You don't have to worry about charging anything. There's no Bluetooth or anything like that. What I will say is it does feel a little tight against the head, but I'm going to kind of leave that section to itself. So what you hear right now is me recording from a cell phone using a recording app. Now, the way I actually have this on the video is once the recording is done, for you guys that are wondering how I did it, I screen record the recording. So that way the audio is already there. And then I'm able to put it in video format that way and then add it to the video. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop over to music. How good does it sound when playing music? Because that will affect on how good it sounds if you're playing a game and if it's worthwhile to, you know, listen to the footsteps in Call of Duty or whatever game you desire to play. So right now I have the headset plugged in to this particular device that we talked about earlier. And I'm going to go play some audio for you guys. So, play The Purge. All right. So far, it sounds good. And just so you know, YouTube, this is my music. I actually went through a scenario before where they tried to copyright strike my own music that I personally made. I'm like, oh my gosh. But they sound good so far. The bass is rich. It's deep. I like it so far. Let's get forward a little bit. Yeah, it has some nice bass. Sound really good. Yeah, I like these. Really rich. It's deep, rich bass. The instruments, I have a piano playing. It sounds really good. Ooh, I like it. I like these. They sound really good. This doesn't sound like a $10 pair of headphones, if you're being completely honest. This sounds like something that you could buy at more of a, not a department store, but like a Walmart or a Target somewhere where it costs like $20, $30, $29.99 or something, $24.99. And they sound good. They sound very, very good. Like I'm pleasantly surprised. Let me turn the volume up just to kind of get an idea. Yeah, these have good volume too. Okay. Yeah, they have good volume too. All right, so let me go ahead and just pause that for you guys. What I'm going to go ahead and say about the music quality is that it sounds very, very, very good. Now, for $10 price headphones from Five Below, I'm going to say this, and you may think it's cap, but it's not. These sound better than a lot of the headphones at Five Below that I've reviewed Bluetooth-wise. Obviously, with the Bluetooth codecs and Bluetooth version and things like that, direct connections are always better than Bluetooth for the most part. Bluetooth has come a long way, but I highly doubt it'll be better than Direct Connect. Direct Connect means a cord connected to the device. It sounds very, very good, very, very clear. It's one of the songs that I made a while back. It sounds great. Like the bass. Let me say a little bit more than it sounds great. The bass sounds awesome. The quality of just the different instruments playing in the song sounds good. There's nothing struggling. You can hear everything equally the way I intended when I first used FL Studio to make the song. I know with a lot of headsets, when you start to turn up the volume, it starts to bleed the music or crack or things like that. I did not have that issue whatsoever. It maintained its bass. It maintained the warmth of the song. Again, I'm not a music connoisseur, so when I speak, I'm not speaking in absolutes like, someone that could describe quality of music, but I'm describing how it feels to me. It's like, you ever notice how some music just envelops you when you put headphones in? Like, it feels good, like everything around you just melts. You can't really hear around you. Of course, I'm in the office, so that's to be expected. Obviously, if you're outside, it's going to be a different scenario and you're going to want to turn it up. But when I use the max volume, it's not the loudest max volume, but it still feels good. It still sounds good. So I could definitely understand that if you decide to play a game, Elden Ring, Resident Evil 2, a horror game where you get that element of music and just a can drop into the ground, it sounds very, very good. And I do suggest these. Now, audio is a different aspect. You heard that part. In conclusion, I'll do a part of video where we talk about every aspect of this headset. But for now, music quality, video quality, in terms of just like playing a video, it sounds great. I really, really recommend these in that aspect. All right, so right here, as you can see, this is how the headset looks. It fits just fine. Now, the reason I wear it so far back on my head is because I do have a pair of glasses, so I use it for maximum comfort. But what I will say is that they feel fine. I do wish it had more cushion on the side of your face. Unfortunately, it does not. And I would say maybe about 20 minutes of wearing these, I did feel a little bit of pressure. Of course, that's with me wearing a pair of glasses on the sides of my head. So there's nothing I can do about that. So you glasses users, I'm sure you understand the pain of having to have a headset. And I personally have headsets that have extremely soft padding because I might do reviews or wear it for hours at a time playing a game, things like that. And I'm required to do that. But it's a nice looking headset. And unfortunately, I don't have it plugged up at the moment. But right here, you already saw how it came on with the lights. We already did that section. There is no type of software or anything like that. It's just plug and play. You're good to go. And that is it. So with that being said, this is the section for comfort. Feels great, looks great. I don't have any issues whatsoever. And like I said before, it comes in multiple colors. It also comes in different design of the Stranger Things based on different aspects of the TV show. So in conclusion, I do believe that this is without a doubt worth the $10. Honestly, I think it's worth more than $10 in terms of just sound quality and music and audio. So after reviewing it myself, because you got to remember, when I do the recordings, a lot of times I hear it afterwards, review it, and then make a decision. And it's very, very clear. What people need to understand is obviously having the best microphone is more ideal for these situations. But if I'm about to say ball on a budget, let's use that one. If you're on a budget and you still want nice things, we have this misconception, or we have this twisted idea that you have to spend more money in order to get something that has music quality or better music quality, and that is not the case. A lot of times a cheap headset may be made by a decent manufacturer, but when we see the price tag, we kind of shy away from it. Now, in the moment, because I'm a reviewer, I'll buy practically anything if it's affordable and give it a shot, even if it looks disgusting and I'm like, I know it's not going to work very well. Sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised, sometimes I'm not. Now, in terms of audio, this is a very good headset in terms of audio. If you're doing recordings, if you're a streamer and you want to just talk to your people, play the game while being able to listen to what's going on, yes, this is very, very good. So check in that category. If we're talking about music quality, bass, you want to hear explosions, monster growls, things like that, music in general, whatever you use it for, it's going to sound very good. Now, when I said monster growls, I'm talking about for you streamers out there that are playing the Mortuary Assistant, these streamers out there that's playing Resident Evil, Silent Hill, whatever it is that you decide to play, it sounds good. The music scores sound great in this. I don't have an issue with that. Now, the only problem I did have, and again, everybody's temperament is different. Because I deal with so many headphones on a regular basis, I prefer ones that have softer cushions. So, and that for longer periods of use. Now, that doesn't mean that other headphones that have softer cushions are going to necessarily work better for you. It's all about your head shape, how you feel, what you're used to wearing. I guess I have what you call privileged ears, which my wife says when I'm used to a particular feel with earbuds. Like, for instance, I prefer these Anchor headphones. The way they're shaped, they go deep into the ear and they're very comfortable where I can wear them for hours and forget that they're not even inside of my ear. And because of that, I'm able to just lived a more comfortable life in general, and I use comfort more than anything. Sound quality is obviously important, call quality, things like that, but comfort is on the top of the list along with it. Years ago, it might not have been, but as an older man, it definitely is. And the comfort for these, I have to say, I'll give about a 5 out of 10, and that means average. So before you say, "Oh, 5, that's horrible," no, it's not. Average means that it's just good enough. It's good enough. Like if you get it, you shouldn't have an issue with ear fatigue and soreness over time. But I did get that because I wear glasses. I need thicker cushions. Now, a thinner pair of glasses, which I do have, I didn't have any issues whatsoever. Did I feel like pain in my head and things like that over time? Yes, but that was when I actually had it on for about an hour, and I was actually blasting music on purpose or watching a podcast. I watched a little bit of Joe Budden Network. These are tests that I did without being seen on camera for obvious reasons. Then it started to hurt a little bit. But when I stopped listening to music and just wore it on my head, I didn't have a problem. You got to remember, when you play music and wear headphones, the combination is the reason where ear fatigue comes from, because a lot of times you just don't want to hear the sound. You ever been in a situation where you're in a car or somewhere and you're playing music and you're just tired, you just want to turn it off, it's just fatiguing to listen to it. Sometimes you just want peace and quiet. That's how it can be with headphones sometimes too, where if you wear something for too long, over long periods of time, it's draining. It's physically draining to your body. I know it sounds crazy, but that's at least how I feel about it. Like, it's just, I don't want anything on my head. And over time, I did take it off. Unfortunately, this isn't very adjustable. As you can see, it snaps right back to its original position. So it's not much wiggle room to kind of just customize or twist it and have it sit a certain way in your head. So it's really up to you about how you place this on your head for comfort. But like I said, is it worth $10? 1,000%. Music quality is great. Call quality is awesome. I highly doubt there's going to be another pair of headphones anytime soon at $5 below that's going to get the quality that this is going to give, where if I had no other headphones and I had to use these for recording for my Nothing Untouched channel, my commentary, things like that, I would use these with pride, without a problem, because they sound great in terms of audio quality. And normally these companies are only concerned about music quality and not audio quality. So it's a major yes. I kind of dragged out this part, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood what it was, where I was coming from. I like them. I think they sound great. I put my stamp of approval on it, and it's affordable. It's $10. Not to mention it's Stranger Things, Netflix. People will know what this is, especially it's holiday time is coming up. You may want to get your things early. Why not pick these up? That's the review. Like always, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one where we just talk about more tech like always.